The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Hello and welcome to the Phil's Gang Radio Show, coast to coast, the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. My name is Alex Scott, and I've been sitting in for Phil Grande all week, and will be here for the rest of the week. Phil will return from vacation on Monday. Also joining us all week is the Director of Education for Phil's Gang, Steve. How are you, Steve?
Hey, I'm doing great, Alex. How about yourself today, brother?
I'm rejuvenated, man. I feel really good. Even though the stock market looks flat, it's not. There's momentum there in many different aspects. You just got to know where to look, and that's what we are here for. This week, I talked about modern monetary theory, better known as MMT, and how the theory suggests that the federal government can print as much money as it wants, and there will be no consequences of inflation. And that's just the opposite of what's happening now. It seems the Fed is printing money at an alarming rate, and yes, there is inflation. We are especially feeling inflation in meat production and the food industry. In fact, according to Zero Hedge, pardon me, world food prices jump in August to near decade high. Central banks and mainstream media continue to peddle the notion that soaring food inflation is temporary, and the average Joe and Jane should not worry about it. Remember, all inflation is temporary. That's what they're trying to. What's the word they're using, Steve? Not temporary, transitory. I think it is, right? But
that's correct, Alex.
Yeah, transitory inflation. But in a new report via the Rome-based Food and Agriculture Organization, which is FAO, global food prices are on the rise once again and back to near-decade highs. FAO released a statement Thursday that detailed after 2 consecutive months of declines, world food prices in August jumped due to solid gains in sugar, vegetable oils, and cereals. FAO's Food Price Index, which follows international prices of globally traded food commodities, averaged 127.4 points in August, up 3.9 points. That's 30.1% from July, and 3.15 points, which is 32.9% from the same period last year. In August, the most significant driver of food prices was FAO Sugar Price Index, which jumped 9.6% from July due to frost damage to crops in Brazil, the world's largest sugar exporter. Readers may recall in Frostbite's Brazilian sugar crop as prices zoom higher, Zero Hedge noted multiple weather disasters in Brazil severely damaged the sugar crop. Now, I'm not exactly sure how much sugar that Florida produces, but I know there are a lot of sugarcane fields here in the state of Florida. The second largest jump in the basket was the FAO Vegetable Oil Price Index, which rose 6.7% last month as international palm oil prices soared to historic highs because of below potential production. The FAO Cereal Price Index increased 3.4% higher in August versus July. The Meat Index edged up slightly in August, and the Dairy Index sunk. A combination of global droughts, volatile weather, labor shortages, and supply chain distributions persisting from COVID, among others, have contributed to the rapid rise in food prices over the last year. Now, volatile weather, and I won't get into much of this, but even things that are, as far as labor shortages are concerned, is not, they're kind of teeter-tottering between COVID, the COVID-19 virus, the pandemic, and also the weather because of climate change, or I don't even think they use the term global warming anymore. That's a totally different term, I guess, because now it's climate change. Now, there are three definitions to climate. I always look at the third definition. You can Google that one if you want. Heading into fall, rather. Soaring food inflation shows no signs of abating and may worsen. This may cause socio-economic turmoil in emerging market economies, mainly because people in those countries allocate more of their daily budgets to food. SocGen's Albert Edwards first warned about soaring food inflation last December ahead of the big rally in food prices in a note that Zero Hedge titled, "Why Albert Edwards is Starting to Panic About Soaring Food Prices." He said a driver of food inflation has been the global central bank's ultra-loose monetary policy and warns about upsprings in underdeveloped countries. Now, if you go beyond the mainstream media, because they're not going to actually tell you what's happening behind the scenes, but if you do a little digging, some due diligence online, there are a lot of very intelligent people talking about a food shortage, and have been talking about a food shortage even before COVID-19. Now, what they're saying, I'm not going to get into what they're saying, but what they're saying has nothing to do with labor shortages or COVID-19. And don't forget, during the pandemic, how much food was wasted. Supermarkets, restaurants, because they were not getting enough people, and they were dumping millions of pounds of food throughout the United States. The farmers were complaining as well. That was now the mainstream media touched on that just a bit, where the farmers were actually having to dump, I believe it was millions of gallons of milk, because there was just, it's supply and demand. Of course, they don't have anybody to ship it to, like the supermarkets and the restaurants. And all the food, I mean, they just got rid of it. They didn't, they didn't give it to the homeless. They didn't give it to people in need. They just dumped it. They burned it. They put it in piles, buried it, whatever they had to do. In first world countries like the U.S. and Europe, surging food inflation hasn't become a big deal yet for consumers, but may start to irritate the working poor this fall when supermarket prices are expected to jump. Food inflation globally has been ultra low for the last few decades. Now, food prices are soaring, and this could be an indication, once the Federal Reserve begins tapering, that bond yields will only go up. Now, Phil has been talking about the Fed tapering. He says there's no way that they can. It's unless you want an economic catastrophe on your hands, there's no way that they can taper, and I would have to agree. If you want to find out more about what we do here at Phil's Gang and how we can help you approach the market to make profits in the market, go to philsgang.com. You can join Phil's Gang 10 days for free, and it's risk-free. We don't expect you to trade with real money if you're new to the game. They have what's called paper trading. So find a platform that offers paper trading, and away you go. You can test the system. And go to the homepage, click on Get Started, and from there it'll take you to the Working Investor Program. Click on the Working Investor Program and join Phil's Gang 10 days for free. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grande and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you to start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. My name is Alex Scott, sitting in for Mr. Phil Grande. Phil will be back on Monday. And in the first segment, we were talking about inflation and how it's affecting the food industry. If you missed the first segment, that's okay, no worries. You can catch the radio show on the Phil's Gang YouTube or Rumble channel. Just go to YouTube, type in Phil's Gang, and click on videos. And you know what to do there. Simply click on like, share, and subscribe. Also, click on the notifications button. That way, you will receive a notification each time we upload a video to YouTube, keeping you in the know. And Phil's Gang also offers other videos. Currently, every Friday, Phil has a series of videos titled 2021 Stock Market Crash Starting to Unfold. Phil will guide you into the upcoming crash and why he believes it's just around the corner. Very important to watch. And also you can like, share, and subscribe there as well. This is the perfect time to join Phil's Gang before the market crash. Not only do we teach you and notify you when to go long, but most importantly, we tell you when to get out. We also teach you how to short the market, which is extremely important, especially when the market crashes. Knowing how to short the market will be detrimental to making profits and to your success. Getting back to business here, like I said, we were talking about in the first segment, and I believe that Steve wanted to chime in with some information as well.
Well, yeah, you were talking about how the farmers are burning food and dumping food, and I remember not too long ago watching a video that was a truck driver sitting in a warehouse with the warehouse full of food. He had pallets and pallets of food, but he was told they weren't allowed to deliver it. They weren't allowed to let it leave the warehouse.
I agree with you completely, because it's as simple as putting in your search words into, say, Google or Bing or DuckDuckGo. Just type in truck drivers told not to deliver food, and you're going to get headlines like truck drivers tell cities who defund their police they're not moving. Fuel delivery delays caused by truck driver shortages. Truck driver shortage impacting food deliveries. Videos of truck drivers told not to deliver food. So it's affecting the stock market. There's a method to my madness. This is what I'm talking about, why I'm talking about all this stuff. And especially the Biden admin says if you exclude beef, pork, and poultry, inflation is actually not that bad. What an asinine thing to say.
Listen, when a steak is $20 a pound and that's a sale, there's a problem.
No, absolutely, there's a problem. Remember, it's inflation, but the MMT theorists say that's no. You got to blame it on something else. But Brian Deese, director of the National Economic Council, this is yesterday, September 8th. I'm going to play cut one for you. Brian Deese.
The context here is the focus, the appropriate focus on the question of grocery prices and the increase in grocery prices that we have seen recently over the last couple of months. And if we unpack that, one of the interesting findings of the report that we put out today is that about half of the overall increase in grocery prices can be attributed to a significant increase in prices in three products, in beef, in pork, and in poultry. And in beef and in pork, we've seen double-digit increases in prices over the last couple of months.
So what he's saying is basically, if you take these three out, beef, pork, and poultry, it's not so bad, you know. And he's getting ripped apart on social media, by the way. Bond King Jeffrey Gunlock summed up the idiocy of the White House's spokesperson perfectly. If you take out the items that are up a lot, troubling grocery inflation would be lower. Lynn Alden tweeted, If we factor out the prices that are going up, inflation is actually low. So, I mean, that's what this guy is saying. Don't forget, Brian Deese is the director of the National Economic Council. I mean, how sad. How sad. Every time I hear someone speak from the Biden administration, I'm left shaking my head. Soaring supermarket prices are eating away at wage gains and have stressed out working poor families who allocate a high percentage of their incomes to basic and essential items. The Biden administration finally acknowledged inflation as a real concern, but didn't blame the trillions of dollars in fiscal and monetary policies and labor shortages on increased food inflation, but instead placed responsibility on meat markets.
Excuse me, Alex, can you circle back on that one?
Well, let me finish up, and I'll go back. The White House also released a report titled Addressing Concentration in the Meat Processing Industry to Lower Food Prices for American Families, highlighting beef prices have jumped 14%, pork by 12.1%, and poultry by 6.6% since last December. It also said just 4 firms control approximately 55 to 85% of the meat market, which has sparked a processing bottleneck in the supply chain. As I said earlier, now is the best time to join Phil's gang. So what am I circling back to?
Why don't you circle back on how to join the gang?
Well, that's about as easy as it gets. Go to philsgang.com, and you can join the gang for free for 10 days. It's right there on the homepage. As soon as you get there, you'll see a button that says Get Started. It will take you to what we offer as a product, but most importantly, it'll take you to the Working Investor Program. Actually, Steve runs the Working Investor Program, does a phenomenal job at it. And that's the way to get started. There's something for everybody there, whether you are a long-term trader, whether you're a day trader, whether you are a swing trader. We are chartists. We have proprietary color-coded charts, and that technology is bar none some of the best on the planet, if not the best on the planet. That's my claim. It's not a claim from Phil or philsgang.com, but that's how I feel about it.
Well, it sounds like you're a lot more transparent than the Biden administration there, Alex.
Absolutely.
You nail it down. When somebody asks you a question, you give them a good answer.
And that's what you got to do, straight from the hip, man. Once you start making some money, don't forget about St. Jude Children's Hospital. When we return, I'll finish up with some more information. We'll go over some stocks with Steve. Be right back.
For more information on this show, go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1%? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
I just urge you to think about your future, and if you're really interested in trading, this is the best way to get started. It's a great system.
He has made me some money, and he will make me some more. Training that he has is very useful and helpful.
That's right. Two smart men right there. Hello and welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show, coast to coast, the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. My name is Alex Scott, sitting in for Phil Grande. Phil will return from vacation on Monday. And quickly getting back to inflation in the food industry, we left off where the White House also released a report titled Addressing Concentration in the Meat Processing Industry to Lower Food Prices for American Families, highlighting beef prices have jumped 14%, pork by 12.1%, and poultry by 6.6% since last December. It also said just 4 firms control approximately 55 to 85% of the meat market, which has sparked a processing bottleneck in the supply chain. Well, that's what happens when only 55 to 85% of the meat market is owned by 4 firms. Deese, nor anyone in the Biden administration, has publicly pointed out the real drivers of inflation, or some have termed Bidenflation. Ha! And that comes from the Federal Reserve's $120 billion bond buying every month and the federal government's trillions in fiscal spending, mainly in the form of free handouts that have disincentivized millions of people to remain unemployed and collect free money from the government. This has caused labor shortages across various industries and disrupted supply chains at food processing plants. The result, lower food processing capacity has boosted prices at supermarkets as demand remains elevated. And it's not just labor that is an issue. The cost of everything is skyrocketing, such as commodities. Now, here's the thing about the Biden administration, is that it's so easy. It's cause and effect, by the way. They are causing this. They know they're causing this. They're smart people. Anybody who says these people are idiots, they know exactly what they're doing. So by giving out stimulus checks and nobody's going back to work, you have a labor shortage. Well, it's easy for the administration, like Psaki, to go up there and say, no, this is COVID-19, Fauci, same thing. COVID, we're going to blame everything on COVID. Even though COVID is horrible, the pandemic is horrible. It has hurt a lot of people. But don't, like Steve said last segment, be transparent. Don't cause something and then try to blame it on something else. But I guess that's what politicians are good at. Last week, the Rome-based food and agricultural organization said world food prices are rising again and back to near decade highs. Food prices have been rising for more than a year, affecting emerging market economies the worst, but now are beginning to impact consumers in developed countries, which we here in the United States are nothing but consumers. How many people do you know that grow their own food? Even something as simple as maybe tomatoes and carrots and even herbs. I do. Basil. I do too. I mean, my backyard, we have a nice little garden going, but most people don't even know how to do that, or they claim they don't have time, or they just don't want to do that. So they are reliant on either the federal government. Could you imagine if grocery stores went down, they just shut down because the supply shut down? They'd be in some severe trouble. Then they're going to understand what communism is, because the federal government will step in and go, hey, over here, we'll give you food. And then you'll be in line for hours, if not days, wondering what you're going to get. Does that sound familiar? A key indication that Biden's economic team understands food inflation is a serious problem was the move last month to boost the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program by 25%. Now, there you go. This comes ahead of the midterms and will appease the working poor who can afford more food. Consumers learned in July that inflation increased the most in 13 years in June amid supply constraints, which has crushed sentiment. And there are concerns from billionaire and grocery chain CEO John, let me see if I can pronounce this correctly. I'm horrible with names. Katsimatitis? I can't pronounce that. God, I'm horrible. John Katsimatitis. Anyway, that food price increases may continue through the end of the year. And I don't hear anybody else helping me, so they probably can't pronounce it off the bat here. Let's see if we can find. Anyway, the Biden administration blaming meat packers for
send
soaring.
me under the bus.
What's that, brother?
Throw me under the bus, why don't you?
I threw myself under the bus, man. Let's see. Consumers learned. A key indication, that Biden's economic team understands food inflation. Went over that already. I've lost myself. The Biden administration blaming meat packers for soaring food inflation is an easy excuse to shift blame for the unintended consequences of the federal government trying to inflate away the enormous debts of the U.S. Now, we went through the modern monetary theory, and here we are again, where the theorists try to explain that there is no consequences to constantly printing money, and they don't really have any debt. but yet we have a deficit. Even billionaires are saying, what are you guys doing? The federal government trying to inflate away the enormous debt of the U.S. That's going to end up real bad for us. The one word to summarize Biden's socialist paradise of widespread shortages of everything, the slowdown in growth, and elevated inflation is stagflation. If the working poor decides to vote with their wallets in the upcoming midterms, the Dems might be in trouble. And Steve, there is a method to my madness here, like I was explaining.
There usually is.
That's right. I see a lot of comments like, let's get back to stocks. Let's get back to stocks. Well, the radio show really isn't about us telling everybody what to do in the stock market and, what individual or ETFs to look at. That's what Phil's Gang is for. Due to the information given, I thought it would be appropriate to go over some food and grocery stocks here. Let's see if we have any time. How much time do we have? Well, we got a minute and a half. What can you do in a minute and a half, Steve?
Well, okay, gang, if you look up DAR, which is Darling Ingredients, you'll see that back in around April 2020, DAR was going for about $18.12 a share. Right now it's at almost $72. So tell me there wasn't inflation. Okay. Another one that we can look at here would be Kroger, right? We all know Kroger, or at least most of us do, especially if you're on the East Coast. Kroger last year was down around $24 a share. Now it's up at $46, so you're at about 100% gain there. And then you also have B&G, right, which is BGS on the charts. BGS last year during this time was down at around $10. Now it's at close to $30. So can't tell me that there's not inflation with our food.
Well, and the whole point of all the information that I give out, I do things differently than Phil does. He has some big shoes to fill, but no pun intended there. But the whole point of me going over this information, of course, we don't base our decisions off of fundamentals. We base it off the charts. But the whole purpose of that is that things of this nature do affect the market, and there is money to be made in the market. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. Be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position system, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Mostly, it'll help me stay out of trouble, watching the stochastics and staying within the trading range of the stocks I'm interested in.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang radio show. That was one of the testimonials that was given when there was a crowd of people here that we, actually not we, I should say Phil and Steve did a seminar for. So good times, good stuff, and everybody loved it. My name is Alex Scott, and I've been here all week sitting in for Phil Grande. Phil will be back on Monday from vacation. I'd like to take us through some station identification. If you're listening to the Phil's Gang radio show online through the website or any other site, you can also find us on KDOW, KDOW, 1220 AM, San Francisco. In Seattle on KLFE, 1590 AM, The Answer. Tampa, Florida, 860 AM, The Answer. Also, Sarasota, Florida, 9:30 a.m. The Answer, and Spokane, KSBN AM, 12:30. And, of course, you can find all the archived radio shows and more on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I had mentioned earlier that this is the perfect time to join Phil's Gang because the telltale signs of a market crash are here. Phil and Phil's Gang is adamant about teaching you how to short stocks. If you want to make profits in the stock market, of course, we go long, but we also short the market. Imagine if you're not a big risk taker. You can stick with just one stock and be able to make profits on the way up. And when the stock starts to short, you're still making profits because you're shorting it. It starts to go the way down, well, we short it. So before Phil left on vacation, I had the opportunity to sit down with Phil and ask him a few questions regarding stocks and the stock market. I asked Phil about the importance of shorting, and this is what Phil had to say in something that I call Phil's Take.
Oh, shorting, to me, shorting's everything. Wall Street screwed everybody. For years, they tell people, don't short, it's dangerous, you're going to lose all your money. Don't short, you're going to lose all your money. If you don't short, you're going to lose all your money. Why do they do that? Because, remember, they want to make the money when the market goes down. See, they don't make money when the market goes down on commissions. Remember, they only get paid commissions if you buy a stock. If you sell a stock short, they don't make money. Most people don't realize this. When ETFs came out, oh, God, CNBC, boy, they talk down ETFs. They're dangerous. They're no good. These ETFs, no good. Really? Just like the Bitcoin and all that. No good, right? It's amazing, right? Now all CNBC talks about is ETFs. But boy, when they came out, they were scaring everybody. Remember, Wall Street works for Wall Street's interest, not for your interest. And remember, there is no fiduciary relationship between you, if you have a 401k or just trading an individual stock and you use a broker, if you don't use an online broker, there's no fiduciary relationships anymore. Those are gone. Those are gone. The relationship right now is always between the owner and the largest shareholders. That's it. That's it. That's the relationship. Remember, brokerage houses have no duty. There's nowhere it's written where a broker is supposed to look out for your interest, and people don't understand that. Imagine. For years, we try to get this industry to make sure that every broker would have to sign a fiduciary agreement. Every time it got shot down. So the only way you can make money in a market that's rigged, always to the upside, is you got to know how to sell short. Because when they do take their profits, the big boys, the 1 percentile or the 1/100th percentile of owners, when they take profits, boy, the market goes down. And why does it go down? Because remember, when they pull their bid out, markets go up because they put bids in. But on the way down, nobody's putting bids in. It goes down 10 times faster and goes up. But once you start shorting, it's like eating popcorn or like eating candy or peanuts. You can't stop because you make more money shorting. And once you get to that point that you feel as confident when the stock market goes down as you do going up, wow, what a difference it makes. Think about it. You're in a stock, and I talk about this all the time. I never see anything so stupid. It's not the fault of traders. It's the fault of CNBC. It's the fault of Fox Business, fault of all those gangsters. Because when you think about a stock, if a stock goes up 30%, what, all the other stocks don't go up 30%? Of course they do. They may not go up 30, may go up 20 or 10, whatever it is. But when you get out of your stock, you're getting out of your stock because you think it's going down. In fact, when people get out of stock, they know it's going down. I'm getting out. This thing's going down. Well, then think how stupid that is. If a stock's going down, if you're in a stock and it goes up, you made 10, 15, 20%, and now you know in your heart of hearts it's going to go down, why would you go look for another stock to buy when that stock's going down? All you have to do is reverse everything. God, shorting is so beautiful. It's so easy. What a difference it makes in the amount of money you make, your returns. If your decision is to make 10% a year, you'll double that by simply shorting. And it's not hard. You can protect yourself with stops. But boy, I'm telling you, I always say this, would you buy a car with no reverse, with just forward? Of course not. They look at you insane. Would you walk down the street, pick up $100 bills laying there, would you not pick it up? They think you're insane. It's the same thing with the stock market. Why would anybody who's saying, I got to get out of the stock because it's going to go down, just don't turn around and short it? Because they're scared. Well, my charts will take that fright out of you. It will help you. Once you learn how to short, what a difference. And that's why I designed my color-coded chart, to make it easy. I mean, you got to know how to short.
That's right. And Phil
Can't
is
argue with
a
him.
bad man.
Yeah, that's right.
When it comes to shorting the market. As a matter of fact, how many times, Steve, have you heard him publicly make tell people, say, hey, whoever's out there in the mainstream media, I challenge you to the market. I challenge it. No one's taken him up on that challenge because they all know you don't mess with Phil.
That's correct.
Don't mess with Bill. Are you not? Don't mess with Bill.
Oh,
Don't mess with Bill. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 bye. Well, I know the guy, tears in my eyes, but time you not over every time he would apologize. I love you more. He didn't want to say, hey, girls, keep waiting. Don't mess with Bill. No, 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 no. Don't mess with
oh God.
Don't mess with Bill.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't touch that. Hey, Alex, I found the pronunciation that you were looking for that guy John earlier. I asked Siri, and this is what she came back with.
John Katsimatidis.
What the hell did she just say? Alex, are you with me? Did you fall off your chair in there? What happened, brother?
I was saying
There
that
he is.
I was laughing and I had to turn the mic off. I was laughing so hard. There's no way. Thank God you got Siri to do it. So if you want to learn more about what we do here, on a serious note, go to philsgang.com. It's free for 10 days. Nobody out there does that. Nobody. In the stock market, nobody gives away their stuff for free because they're not confident in what they do. They just want your money and run. That's not us here at Phil's Gang. You want truth. You want transparency. Here we are. 10 days for free. Go to philsgang.com, homepage, click Get Started. It'll take you to the Working Investor Program. Click on that. Free for 10 days. You want to call us? 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. I guarantee that you will not regret it.
Give us a call. I'd love to teach you how to trade, guys.
That's right. We'll see you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to